We were discussing the proof technique, the principle of inclusion exclusion. Under that, we looked at standard case studies. Then, towards the end, we looked at how to count the number of derangements. And that's basically counting all permutations where if you look at ith element, the ith element is not in position I. This is true for any I. And that's the kind of permutation we were interested in. And it has got plenty of applications. For example, you are given a couple of, say, water bottles along with their caps, and you are interested in arranging them, all possible arrangements, such that none of the water bottle gets the right cap. And there are many applications of this kind, and you are interested in arranging books of type, say, physics, chemistry, mathematics, and in such a way that mathematics do not get into mathematics textbooks, do not get into mathematics shelf. Similarly, physics do not get into physics shelf, and so on. And how many different such arrangements are possible. So it's a popular technique. Like this, there are many case studies, and the one such thing in related to our context is how to count the number of onto functions, which we shall see now. Very similar to the way we did derangements. So the general idea was you are interested in counting permutation satisfying some property. To count that, we looked at total number of permutations minus permutations not satisfying the property. Property is the derangement property. So arrangement in such a way that the element I does not appear in its natural position. So similar trick we want to employ here. So to count onto functions, what we would be doing is take the total number of functions. From the total number of function, subtract functions not satisfying our property, which means minus non-onto functions. So functions that do not satisfy our property, that's basically non-onto functions. So that's precisely the idea. And for example, suppose you have 3 elements in this and 2 elements over here. We already know that onto each of them should have one image, at least one. So which means cardinality of this is at least this, which we have seen before. So cardinality of the domain must be at least the cardinality of the codomain. Suppose you are given something like this. So how many functions are there from a set of size 3 to a set of size 2? And so total number of functions is basically cardinality of b to the power cardinality of a. In this case, 2 power 3, there are 8 functions. We are interested in counting non-onto functions. For example, if you take 1, 2, 3 and xy, you see that if x is not having a pre-image, then such a function is non-onto. So if you look at this function, you see that this function, there is no pre-image for x. This is a function and this is non-onto. And here is another function, and where y is not having pre-image, so this is also non-onto functions, right? This is one function which is non-onto, this is another non-onto function. Now we are asking, are there functions where none of them are having pre-images, but you see from a set of size to set of size 2, and no such functions are possible, because by definition each of them should have one image on the other side. And if you say that these two elements are not having pre-images, which means no such function exists. That shows that number of onto functions from A to B is total number of functions minus number of non-onto functions. There are only two non-onto functions. So that shows that number of onto functions from A to B is 6. Okay, so on the similar line, let's look at the cardinality of A to B, say 4, and cardinality of B to B, say 3. So how many functions are there? So the total number of functions is 3 power 4 minus, we want to subtract non-onto functions. And how many are there? So we want to identify functions where A is not having pre-image, and functions where B is not having pre-image, C is not having pre-image, subsequently AB, then BC, AC, and so on. So what are these functions? This one is function with no pre-image for A. Similarly, function with no pre-image for B, no pre-image for C, no pre-image for AB and BC and AC. And no pre-images for ABC, no such functions. So we just have to count this and subtract this component, so that we get number of onto functions from a set of size 4 to a set of size 3. So functions with no pre-image for this, how many functions are there with no pre-image for the element A? So that's equivalent to asking, we are interested in counting the number of functions from 1, 2, 3, 4 to A, there is no pre-image. So all images are restricted to this. So this is equivalent to counting number of functions from 1, 2, 3, 4 to BC. And how many are there? That's precisely cardinality 4 sized set to 2 sized set. There are 2 power 4 functions. So similarly, number of functions with no pre-image for B, that is also 2 power 4. So functions with no pre-image for B, that's also 2 power 4. No pre-image, that's also 2 power 4. That would be like 1, 2, 3, 4 to AC and 1, 2, 3, 4 to AB. Then we need to count functions with no pre-images for A as well as B. That's equivalent to saying how many functions are there from 1, 2, 3, 4, leave A and B, you have just C, just one element. How many functions are there? It is just one. All of them is mapped to this, so number of such functions is 1. So similarly, functions with no pre-images for BC, that's also 1. AC, that's also 1. And there are no functions with no pre-images for all 3. Because by definition, I should find at least one map, right, which is missing. So for each of them, I should find one map on the other side. But if you say that there are no pre-images for them, then no such function exists. Okay. So now total number of functions which are onto is 3 power 4 minus number of non-onto functions. Number of non-onto function we have listed here, so we should make use of this to get this count. Okay. So 3 power 4 minus non-onto functions. So please note in this I will have to subtract functions with no pre-image for A and no pre-image for B and no pre-image for C. Okay. Then listen. So when we looked at this one, functions with no pre-images for A and B. So we add 1, 2, 3, 4, and on the other side we have A, B, C. Now this is basically the one. Now this function is such that A and B together do not have pre-images. But this function we would have encountered and counted as part of this as well as this. This says function with no pre-image for A. Here is a function with no pre-image for A. And here is a function with no pre-image for B. Which means this function we have counted as part of this. We have also counted as part of this. So put it in other words, this count, this is minus of this type. And so this function, same function, where AB is not having pre-image, but this function would be seen as a function not having pre-image for A, not having pre-image for B, not having pre-images for A and B. Correct? So we have subtracted once with respect to A, that's minus 1, and we have subtracted again with respect to B, so which means this function is subtracted twice. So ideally we should subtract only once. So we should add back that function. So that's precisely this. On the similar line, if you look at 1, 2, 3, 4 and pre-images for no pre-images for BC, this function we have counted once with respect to B and counted once with respect to this. So we would have subtracted once with respect to B, again with respect to C, but ideally we should have subtracted only once. So we should add back again. We should similarly we should add back with respect to AC. So that shows that total number of functions is precisely this much. Total number of onto functions is precisely this. So put it in other words. So total number of functions is 3 power 4. Okay. And from that I am subtracting. What are we subtracting? Functions that are having this property. Out of 3 elements, one is not having pre-image and the other 2 are having, and there are 3 possibilities. A is not having pre-image, B is not having, C is not having. So 3 choose 1, and the rest you count how many functions are there from a set of size 4 to a set of size 2, which is this. Then you had subtracted twice, so we should add them. So that is equivalent to saying 2 of them are not having pre-images, A, B, B, C, A, C. So that is 3 choose 2. you are left with one element. So number of such functions is 1 power 4. And there are no functions where all three are not having pre-images. So total number of onto functions is total number of functions minus this part. Okay. If you are counting this way, then minus, you see one element is not having pre-image and the same function is counted twice, so you subtract them. So 3 choose 2 into 1 power 4. So it's one and the same. Now what we will do, we will scale this approach and consider a set of size n to a set of size m and see how to count this. Now this clearly tells you that I am trying to include something and exclude something. So this is inclusion, and okay, this comes minus, so this is okay, it's with respect to this. You see that this is included, and because of double counting this is getting excluded. So we alternate between inclusion and exclusion. We take this idea and look at a set of size n to a set of size m and apply the principle of inclusion exclusion. That's precisely the focus. So now we are given a set of size n to a set of size m with this property. You have at least as many elements in the domain as the codomain. Now we are going to use the principle of inclusion exclusion. So total number of functions minus non onto functions. So total number of functions is m power n minus, let's look at this component. Number of onto functions is what? Number of functions in which B1 is not having a pre-image, then B2 is not having a pre-image, Bm is not having a pre-image. So there are m elements, so m choose 1, and then you are mapping n to the rest, so that would be m minus 1 to the power n. So this one is functions with exactly one bi not having pre-image. So we don't know which bi it is. That could be b1, that could be b2, that could be this, which means, and you are interested in counting a1 to an to b1 to bi minus 1. Bi is not having pre-image, so bi plus 1 to bm. So that's equivalent to counting cardinality of b to the power cardinality of a, which is m minus 1 to the power n. One element is not having pre-image, and how many such functions are there? That's basically mapping n elements to m minus 1. This many are there. Okay. So now if you look at this counting, so you have a1 to an, say look at b1, b2. Supposing the mapping is such that something like this is there. Now here is a function in which there is no pre-image for b1, b2. Now this function, it will be counted once with respect to b1. The same function will be counted with respect to b2. So I should ideally count once, but I counted twice. So it has to be subtracted. This is true for any bi, bj. So m choose 2 times m minus 2 to the power n. Now while doing so, you would have taken something like bi, bj, bk out. That has to be included. So m minus 3 to the power n. Like that it goes. When does it stop? Where does it stop? And it may be the case that m minus 1 is not having pre-image. M choose m minus 1, which means you are left with only one element and all of them is mapped to this. Correct? And so that shows that m minus 1 elements are not having pre-images, only one is having. So we don't know which m minus 1. So m choose m, we are looking at all. So m choose m minus 1 into number of functions from n element set to just one element in the codomain. So that's precisely this value. Okay. So you see that number of non-onto functions is functions with no pre-image for the first element, second element, and there are no pre-image for exactly one BI. How many such BIs are there? M choose 1. And then A1 to AN is mapped to m minus 1. So m minus 1 to the power n. Then you see that when we looked at this, for example, a function where there is no pre-image for B1 and B2. So we would have counted once the same function, once with respect to B1, saying this function is such that B1 is not having the pre-image. Same function we have counted citing B2 is not having pre-image. So ideally we should have counted once, so which means that has to be subtracted, and the subtraction happens here. And how many such BI, BJs are possible? There are this many. Now suppose you look at BI, BJ, BK, now you realize that at this point in time, and BI, BJ, BK is left out in the counting process, and I should add back. So how many such possibilities? M choose 3 into, now A1 to A1, A1 to AN will be mapped to m minus 3, so you get this many functions. And it goes, and you see that m minus 1 at max, m minus 1 elements are not having pre-images. And there are many possibilities. So m choose m minus 1, and then A1 to AN is mapped to just one element in the codomain. So number of such function is just 1. So this component you will have to take it out from the total functions, and that gives you number of onto functions. So this is precisely our onto functions. And include this, exclude this, include this, exclude this, and so on. So direct counting seems to be rather challenging, and often we may not end up getting the right count. So we get into kind of counting which is either doing over counting or under counting. But often a technique like this is powerful. So to count a set satisfying a property, often it is one can get a complete result on sets not satisfying the property. For example, using principle of inclusion exclusion, we were able to count functions not having a property. And now if you take that out from the total number of functions or total number of sets satisfying the property, you get the desired result. And that's essentially what we have done. So just like mathematical induction, this is a powerful and popular technique, and many practical problems involving counting you can solve using this. More on this and some more interesting case studies, please take a look at the scribe. So what we have seen in the context of relations and functions is, although functions are special relations, but when you see them pictorially, they themselves have some certain specific properties and which have got interesting connections in the field of computer science. And just like relations, we also looked at counting problems in the context of functions. And along the line, we also learned yet another proof technique, namely principle of inclusion exclusion. And the theory of functions that we have discussed so far, are the relations, it all restricted to finite sets, starting from first order logic to proof techniques to relations to functions. We were kind of confined ourselves to the finite zone. Now, the interesting aspect is, suppose we look at the very first infinite set, say the set of natural numbers. Can one define, for example, reflexivity? Is that possible? Can one talk about special properties like equivalence relations and so on? And can we look at one-to-one functions, onto functions in the context of infinite sets? Can we compare two sets? Things like that we will see in when we start discussing infinite sets. That would be our next focus.